is extremely valuable. My name's Rory Powers. I'm with Right Line Trading, and my presentation today is on our AI Auto Trader. We've got a really exciting system that is fully automated. It can be traded in full automation or semi-automated. Since once the trades are executed, you're able to see your profit target and stop on the charts. It does give you the ability, if you wanted to manage the positions on your own. We like to call it prop trading on steroids. We've got a prop trader's automated blueprint that I'm going to show you today. I want to start really quick. Before I do, this broadcast is just for demonstration and educational purposes only. It's important to know that I'm not a licensed trade advisor. There is a significant amount of risk when trading the financial markets. If you're not familiar with that risk, we highly recommend consulting with a licensed financial advisor. I wanted to start my presentation with a very brief testimonial. I'm not going to play her testimonial. I'm going to do it on the short version. It's Friday, and I respect your time, and I want you to enjoy your weekend. And I don't want to put you to sleep. Marcia is, listen, one of my favorite clients. She's a God-fearing woman, extremely honest, and she's, just full of love. She's just a great woman. Anyway, Marcia came to us about a year and a half ago, and her only exposure, she was a complete newbie to the trading world. Her only exposure to trading really was she had bought some bots that traded the Forex pairs, and she bought them from a vendor that pretty much delivered them to her and then didn't help her or support her in any way to be profitable with them. They set her up for failure. And that's when she came to us with kind of a bad taste in her mouth, but still very hungry and wanted to succeed, very ambitious. And she started trading our AI Auto Trader. It was the first time she had ever traded futures. And within the first 30 to 45 days, she was able to achieve things that would have taken anybody else without this system years. Not only time spent with going through the school of hard knocks, which can be a pretty stringent education, a tough way to get it, but she saved thousands of dollars in tuition to the school of hard knocks by starting with this AI Auto Trader. You see, I answer the phones here at Right Line. Been doing it for about 12 years now. And a very common question I get is, hey, should I start with the discretionary system or the automated system? And the first few years I worked here, I really didn't know how to answer it. But now it's very clear which way to start. The way to start is absolutely with the automation, because it's going to save you a ton of money, a ton of time and money. The learning curve will be significantly shortened, and the accomplishments and achievements that you'll be able to do will be done in a fraction of the time. And that really puts into perspective Marcia's testimonial, and you can see the full version on our YouTube channel. So I want to just very briefly again introduce the members of our team. Right Line Trading has been in existence. This is our 13th or 14th year now. And our mandate, our mission is really to provide our members with an edge with providing indicators that have forward-looking ability. Also with innovative trading strategies that leverage technology that is very current and cutting edge. Along the way, we've built a beautiful community of traders of all experience levels. To the far left, we have members like Marcia who are very new to futures trading. And to the far right, we have full-time traders that this is what they do. They don't have a 9-to-5 job, that they trade, and they use our trading system to make money. We've got really a phenomenal team of not only professional traders, but engineers, software developers, and we have a college student. And very briefly, I'm going to introduce each one. First, our professional traders, our futures traders. We have Mr. Craig Emery and Mr. David Kushner. And Last but certainly not least is our options trading guru, I like to call him. He's a man, this guy has ice water running through his veins, Mr. David Wise. He's a professional options trader. Behind the desks, we have our college student, Mr. Brock Miller, master's degree in computer science, Sergio Luque Rodriguez. Mark Miller is the owner of Right Line Trading. He has his MBA from Cal State. His experience lies in automation and robotics, and he's a U.S. Army vet. Um, he has brought those core military values to everything that we do here at Right Line Trading. What core military values, you might ask? Well, honesty, transparency, good old-fashioned hard work. Integrity means everything to Mark. If it doesn't meet those standards, he eliminates it rather quickly. A little bit about the voice that you hear behind the screen here. My name's Rory Powers. I reside in South Florida. Besides answering the phones here at Right Line Trading, I love trading the financial markets. There's that allure of having the ability to make money very quickly that I love. I love that excitement. My other passion, of course, is saltwater fishing. You could probably tell from my pictures here. I absolutely love saltwater fishing. I'm a stone's throw away from the Florida Keys. And these are members of our team and my family. Every fisherman has a fishing story, right? About the big one that got away. My fishing story today is about the big one that did not get away. The best catch of a lifetime. The fisherman's dream catch was my beautiful wife. She's a Haitian American. She's a citizen now of the U.S. And this girl has done everything the right way. Extremely hard worker. Has never done anything wrong in her entire life, I don't think. God put her in my path for a reason. And she's an RN. She's got her master's degree, and she's a nurse educator. She's got her master's in nurse education, and she teaches other nurses how to be successful at being an RN. God bless us with two beautiful girls. We have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old who will be 3 and 7 coming up in March. So I'm a very proud father and husband. Enough about me. This trading system, I don't really, when I look at this slide, I think of myself in a fast moving market, trading on a discretionary system that has to make split second decisions in a very news driven market that can go from ranging and choppy to just trending like a rocket ship in one direction or the other. And, with my hand on the mouse, thinking, when is the right time to pull that trigger? You get to, kind of like this guy on my slide, it causes a lot of stress and anxiety. If you've ever seen those commercials about medication that they're, a new medication that they're doing a trial for, they'll tell you all of the benefits of this great new medication they have. And then towards the end of the commercial, they say very quietly and quickly the possible side effects of that medication. Well, the possible side effects of discretionary trading, you could have heightened stress levels, impaired decision-making under pressure, sleep disruption, elevated heart rate, reduced confidence in after drawdowns, difficulty breathing, and in some cases, a noticeable decline in intimate pursuits. So that anxiety and stress of trading a fast-moving market does have some pretty serious side effects. The worst being blowing out our trading accounts. Oh, wow. Another, one of my favorite slides is this nice lady, has watched her trading account dwindle over the course of the last 4 to 6 months to almost zero. And she's, absolutely convinced at this point that there's a conspiracy going on, a conspiracy between the broker or the market maker or the prop firm. And they all are in this conspiracy to drain her bank account and take her money. And it's resorted to her taking the sledgehammer out of the bottom drawer. She slipped on so many banana peels and watched her account go to nothing. that she's ready to smash her screen to smithereens. Ever felt that way? I know I have. Um, you see, we've all experienced problems with consistency and making money trading. You're not alone, and I'm not alone, and that's why I love answering the phones here. I absolutely love talking to traders. Why? Because we can relate to one another. Listen, we're extremely determined, resilient, tenacious people, ambitious people. Putting politics aside, we're not Republicans or Democrats, we're capitalists. We want to make money, period. Hard stop. All of that other stuff goes out the window. We just want to make some money. And that's what brought us to trading. So we all have a commonality in that. But this journey that we've partaken in is not as simple. And I heard Lee allude to it. He said trading is not easy, and my goodness, is he right? And we all know it because we've all been on the right edge of the chart. Under a fast-moving market. So we've all experienced problems. 95% of us have experienced problems with consistency. Unless we're like those gentlemen in my very first slide, like David Wise, who I said has ice water running through his veins. You see, in David Wise's mind, he has etched in stone rules. Okay, he does not deviate from those rules, regardless of what his emotions, what's going on in his outside life, the phone's ringing. It doesn't matter. He's able to filter and channel all of that out, and he puts himself into the zone. And that zone has those rules etched in stone of which ticker to trade, when he's going to get in, and when he's going to get out. You see, those are the three keys that we need as traders. He has etched in stone rules that he does not deviate from, very much like a robot, and he sticks to them regardless. You see, I watched an investor summit. A gentleman by the name of Chris Vermeulen had done a study on human personality traits and whether or not they lend well to being a good disciplined trader. What he found was that we as humans, very interesting, there's about 10 core personality traits that we all share. And what makes us unique as individuals is we share a different degree of each one, right? That's what makes us unique. Well, David Wise happens to have the one, because Chris Vermeulen found in the course of his study that there's only one or possibly two that lend well to being a good disciplined trader. Well, that one or two personality traits, David has a very high percentage of, okay? And he's a rarity, but he's a natural at it, and he's taking advantage. Unfortunately, most of us do not have. We, blame it on genetics, but we're just not great traders. We choke under pressure. We slip on a banana peel, or we make decisions that are not based on the technicals. We deviate from our rules. Okay, so I want you to know that you're not alone, and it's absolutely not your fault. You see, it's been our team's commitment to bring this to an end. We've narrowed it down to two things that we believe are going to create trading success. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm showing my screen. I should have checked earlier. Yes, I am. Okay, great. Sorry about that. So we've narrowed it down to two things that we believe are going to create trading success. Number one, because most of us suffer from those human personality traits that just don't lend well to being a good disciplined trader. Ideally, we need software that can get us in and out automatically, okay? Where we don't have to make the decisions in real time in a fast moving market with a lot of money on the line. Number two, the elephant in the room when you talk about automated systems is all of those bots in the past that just didn't work. So it's not just any automated system, but we need one that's leveraged with the most cutting edge, up-to-date technology that's available to us. Something that's going to provide us with an edge uh, that we can go into the trading session each day and have a really good chance of hitting our profit goal. I refer to that as the winner's circle. Every day's a brand new day, and we have a profit goal. And once we reach it, we stop trading. We practice very stringent capital preservation. So we have to have these two things to create trading success. The benefits from using these automated bots, well, they really speak to, for themselves. The obvious, and I've alluded to them. It eliminates human error. Let me tell you, the hardest thing about this trading system, because there is a learning curve, even though it's fully automated, is learning NinjaTrader. I know everybody in here, mostly probably 99% of us are familiar with NinjaTrader because you're either with Lee's group or our group. But NinjaTrader is not an easy platform. It has so many nuances. This is extremely powerful, and it has some tools in it that are very advantageous to traders. But let's be honest, it's not a simple platform. After several years, over 10 years, going on a dozen years of trading with Ninja, I still don't know the whole platform. I got to be honest with you. I can navigate around pretty well, but I still slip on banana peels. So that's the hardest part of trading these bots is learning Ninja, okay? The benefits, well, it eliminates human emotion. It's going to put your stop and your profit target in the most ideal locations. We've got trade management strategy that I'm going to show you a video of that provides you with the opportunity to really skew the risk to reward ratio in your favor. That's what hurts us most about futures, trading futures, is our losers sometimes become bigger than our winners. And then we have to have a winning percentage that's impossible to keep up with. The way we've automated our trade management is we can, on a consistent basis, have winners that are far bigger than our losers. And I'm going to show you a video of exactly what I'm speaking about. We call it our leapfrog integration. For prop traders, stick around. I like to refer to this as prop trading on steroids. Prop trading on steroids. We have custom built templates. Listen, we just had a new member this week. His name is Tom. First account right out of the box. He put it in the ES 1 day pass, and boom, he got it. He got himself a PA account, very first one. And that speaks right into Marcia's experience that I started with. So stay tuned. I've got some really great information. I always like to show you a little bit about what's under the hood when we talk about these bots. So what I would like to do is on my machine is just open one up very quickly. I don't want to put you to sleep with the minutia or the technicals of this, but I just want to show you that basically it's not a black box system, most important. What I mean, what is a black box system? Well, a black box system is one that you enable and you have no idea why it's executing a trade, how it's going to manage the trade. You just kind of enable it, you cross your fingers and toes, and you pray to the good Lord Almighty that you wind up with a winning trade. Okay, this is the exact opposite. When you open up the parameters of the strategy, you have all the parameters that are professionally optimized and delivered to you in pre-formatted templates. Very important. So they come to you in pre-formatted templates. Very important, we have a session loss limit and a session profit limit that we can fill in that are, every one of these parameters are adjustable. So based on your account size and your risk tolerance, we can put a etched in stone loss limit and profit target where once one of those values are reached, the system is going to stop trading. Okay. A lot of us are, listen, it's almost an addiction. We win 2 or 3 trades. We think we're going to win every trade. We want to keep going. But this will keep us, with a governor. It makes sure you don't blow out your account, and it makes sure once you hit your profit goal that you take it home with you, and you do it again the very next day. And we also have a trailing session drawdown, a trailing threshold. So the trailing threshold means if you're only willing to lose 300 and you want to make 600, a 2-to-1 risk to reward. If you go up 250 and if you're plus 250, or let's say you're plus 450, now you can only lose 300 from your high water mark of 450. So it will only allow you to give back $300 of that 450. Kind of like the trailing threshold that the prop firms use with us. So we have that hard coded right into the strategy parameters. We have several triggers that the system uses that I'm really not going to go into. But what I do want to go into is how we manage these trades. We do have a user's manual and some tutorial videos that go into depth of the triggers and how we manage these trades that are in our Discord. But I want to keep it moving. I don't want to put you to sleep. What we love the most about this system is the ability to manage the trades. Our mandate as software developers with these automated bots is not necessarily to get you into every winning trade. It's a little painful sometimes to watch a beautiful entry and watch the market run for would have been a tremendous winner, and we don't get in it. It's kind of deflating to see that happen, but it's just part of the automation. Sometimes at the expense of letting some winning trades pass us by, we have to filter out the losers. That's our number one mandate, is not to get you into every winning trade, but to keep you out of the losers. And that's what this software is designed to do. What we've learned is almost as important as the triggers and the conditions that get us in is once we're in the trade, how we manage them. Okay, and I'm going to set up my video right now. We have coded into these strategy parameters what we call our leapfrog and our profit window. The way it works, I'm just going to use round numbers to make the math simple. If our profit, let's say in this example, we're risking 60 ticks. This is on the NASDAQ minis. We're risking 60, and our profit goal, our initial profit target is 100. And I say initial because it's going to move. Once price goes to plus 50, our stop is going to go to plus 11. We're going to take off the risk as quickly as possible and still give us enough wiggle room to allow the trade to mature. The next leg of profit we're going to take is what we call our profit window. Our profit window in this example is 25 ticks. So once price comes within 25 ticks of our profit target, our stop is going to jump up and go 25 ticks behind price. So which would be plus 50, because 25 ticks minus 100 is 75. That's where price is. And it's going to put my stop 25 ticks behind price, which is at 75 or plus 50. Okay. So once my stop triggers the profit window and goes to plus 50, something very unique happens. We go into what we call our leapfrog. Our leapfrog, what it is, it's an out of the box, meaning it's something that does not come with Ninja. In there, they have a great ATM configuration. Don't get me wrong, I'm not belittling them. But we've taken it a step further, and I really love this feature, and our members love it. What it does is not only does it have a trailing stop, but it also allows your profit target to jump as well. In this trade I'm about to show you, and this was taken on our live trading session on YouTube on Wednesday, we get into a long position, and you're going to see once the trade matures and I get into my profit window, you're going to see the leapfrog where both my stop and my profit target are going to jump up together and allow the trade to mature and lock in an unlimited number of profit to get the full excursion. So I'm going to show you this live trade that took place just this week. We trade the system every morning live, God willing. I hope it goes on for a long time on YouTube. So I'm going to play the tape, and in this video, just to set it up, we teach our members how to trade these bots using a trade copier and picking the best bot out of our portfolio and making it their leader account on a trade copier and being able to scale across multiple accounts simultaneously. You see, that's the main benefit for prop trading, right? We could trade multiple accounts simultaneously. We're not risking our own capital. If we get a winning trade, it's going to be multiplied across several accounts. To be fair, if we take a losing trade, the loser is multiplied across several accounts, okay? It works both ways. It's a double-edged sword. So this particular trade that I'm going to show you, this was just this Wednesday on the 20 Unirenko, which is the chart on my left. It gets into the trade, and you could see the stop is initially back about 75 ticks. And as the trade matures, you're going to see it go into my profit window like it is now, and it's going to continue to leap as the trade matures to the upside. And I'm copying it across 3 accounts, and this thing just starts leapfrogging and giving me the most beautiful runner. It was a beautiful trade. It was the trade of the week. Not all trades work out that well. But in this volatility, especially trading the NASDAQ, you always get this chance. Now, to put this into perspective, the bars that I'm trading there are 20 Unirenkos. What does that mean? That means that each bar, to put it into context, each bar in the direction of the trend, a new bar is formed every 20 ticks. So every bar that you see price went up represents 5 points, 20 ticks. This was over a 200 tick trade. So risking 60 or 70 ticks got us 200 ticks on that move. Now that's why it's so important to allow our winners to run. When our winners start being larger than our losers, if we win 50, anything over 50% of our trades, we're going to have a beautiful equity curve. A beautiful equity curve. And just so you know, this trade was over a $3,000 trade across those 3 accounts that we did in real time. So I wanted to show you that trade. And that's how that trading system, that's how that leapfrog gives you the potential for a home run on every trade that the system takes. I also want to introduce you to a couple of specials that are going to be included, that are included with this trading system that really makes it unique. Our challenge, okay, is because we have a beautiful diversified portfolio of bots, our challenge is to choose the bot each day that gives us the best opportunity to hit our profit goal, okay? So I'm going to just pull over the workspace from today. And this is the workspace from today. And you can see on my leaderboard the best performing bots. We have what we call our ChatGPT trading analyst. And the way it works, let me bring it up. The way it works, let me see if I can blow it up bigger. Is we are able to upload. I'll tell you what, I'll do it in real time. Let me upload the data. Let me take it off for just a moment and then come back to it. What we could do is we can export data right out of NinjaTrader. So I'll do a week or a 2-week look back and export the historical trade performance right out of my NinjaTrader. Okay, what I'm referring to, if you're not familiar with Ninja, is right here. This trade performance, we could set it for any time of the as far back of a look back as we want. For this example, we did it just for the month of February. We wanted to see which bots were performing the best this month. So we can select all of the bots, go to the historical trade performance, right click, and export that data. Once we export it, what we do is we import it into our ChatGPT API that we've built. I downloaded that historical trade data right here. It's called February 1st to the 6th. And I'm going to upload it into our ChatGPT API that we share with you. And I'm just going to tell it to process these trades. And this is the strength of using AI. It's able to crunch an enormous amount of data in a very short period of time and provide us with amazingly accurate information, very valuable information. In just a few moments, it's going to tell me my 5 most profitable bots in the month of February. Now it's incredible. You know, you wouldn't even believe it if I didn't do this. But this is showing us that in the month of February, my best bot is it's called the retirement plan. The retirement plan, a little backstory on the retirement plan. It's been around the longest. Ever since we started this program, we had the retirement plan. We just recently changed the data series from a 2-minute data series to a 20 Unirenko. And this bot is crushing it. I kid you not. You could see my P&L for this week is over $16,000 trading that retirement plan. If I go to my trade performance and I blow it up, and I bring it to the summary, and I check off that retirement plan, this is trading one contract, I kid you not, this week. You can see it has a 67% win rate, very nice win rate. And the winners and losers are right about the same exact size, okay? But because it has such a nice win rate, almost 70%, it's up over $16,000 this month, okay? This month. I think this is 5 trading sessions, $16,000. It's just amazing. So that ChatGPT, we run it each morning prior to our live stream, and we look at that and our leaderboard, and we make data-driven decisions as to which bots we're going to trade in our prop accounts or our live accounts. We're only going to trade the bots that are at the top of our leaderboard or the top of our analyst, our ChatGPT analyst. Okay. Today in fact, let me show you this week. We won 4 out of 5 days this week with these new accounts on. I got 3 new evals during the 90% sale. And for this week on these 3 evals, we are up about $4,600. Very little drawdown across 3 accounts, about $1,000 per account. And we're up about $1,500 across the 3 evals. And we're on our way to getting 3 PAs. And let me tell you, it's not just me having success. We have a lot of members in our community that are also having a tremendous amount of success trading these bots. This is the retirement chart right here. We're just getting ready to release something new. It's called our high volume candles. The signals that these candles provide, we have both a Thinkorswim version and a Ninja Trader version. When you see these blue candles come on my screen, and we're going to use it as a confluence signal. When you see these blue candles, what that's telling you, the mandate of this system is to follow the flow of institutional money, which has become a catchphrase. Let me tell you, we've got some extremely powerful ways to do it. One of them being high volume, that spike in volume. So these blue candles are telling you institutional money is driving the price of that NASDAQ higher. And sure enough, you get some beautiful follow through when you see those blue candles. But if I scroll back on this chart, you'll see for the week my entries on this retirement plan bot. They're absolutely dynamite. Just one after the next, a short for a winner, a long for a winner. It's one after another. It's over $15,000 in winning trades. And I can go right down the line back 7 days on this chart. And yes, it does pull in losers. No, it's not the Holy Grail, but we've got a couple of bots that are performing extremely well. So that's how the AI trading analyst works with ChatGPT. It gives you a system to pick your best and most profitable bots. The second special that we're including in today's offer is what we call our bionic bots. We've streamlined our portfolio. Our portfolio consists of 10 bots. 2 of them consist of what we refer to as best bots. These best bots, we have one for the NQ, one for the ES. The NQ best bot will automatically analyze every NQ bot in my portfolio. It looks at a number of things, profitability being the most important. It looks at the market, the condition of the current market environment. It has a machine learning component that recognizes which bots do the best in which environment, because it knows the triggers that they're getting in the trades on. It looks at momentum in real time. It looks at the average true range of the market. It will automatically select the best bot for you. We get a lot of members. They say, hey, Rory, listen, I got this thing called the JOB. It always gets in the way of my trading, but I got to go to work and pay the mortgage. So I need to set it and forget it. Well, this is a solution to that. If you were to put, and this is a hypothetical, if you were to put your live account or your prop account in the NQ Best Bot, what would happen is that NQ Best Bot would automatically do the analysis for you of the bot that statistically is going to give you the best opportunity to hit your profit goal. And it's going to take on the same parameters and risk management strategy as that bot, and it's going to trade it for you. And it can change several times throughout the session. Okay, so that best bot is just an amazing step forward, leap forward in technology that I don't think any other vendor that I know of has these features that they can offer to their members. And listen, the optimization process never stops until we get all winning trades, which is going to be real hard to do. We can always improve and make our bots better. So we have an extremely streamlined portfolio. We used to have a portfolio, you needed a binoculars to see to the bottom of it. Now we have 10. 2 of them are best bots and 2 of them are one-day passes. Okay, so we've narrowed it down and we still have a leaderboard that's beautiful. It gets lit up like a Christmas tree. And when it doesn't, it's a good idea to sit on your hands and not trade. Not every day is conducive to a good trading day. So I talked until I'm blue in the face, and I'm just going to show you the numbers because I think that carries the most weight. We've got bots that are just killing it. We have our ES30 range bot from September to December. That's up 15,000. Our ES, another money maker. Speaking of the money maker, you know, I always say, and my members will tell you, I always say there's power in numbers. What am I getting at? We've got a beautiful Discord community that I'm going to pull up. And our members, you know, being part of a community is beneficial, not only to learn what's working, which is great information, but maybe more important is we learn what's not working, right? And we listen. People are very quick to tell you what's not working, even more so than what is working. But you know, we do have members like Austin, who just this week had to post it because he was making so much money and having so much success. You know, spiritually, and I always like to bring in the spirituality of it. You know, Lee refers to it as the bend over backwards guarantee. Lee's going to bend over backwards to help you be profitable because he cares about you. He wants you to succeed. Well, Austin or anybody who shares something that's working and doesn't keep it a secret to themselves, well, hey, that's a spiritually healthy thing to do, to look out for the other guy, right? The other struggling trader. Austin, you could see he found times of the day that this ES moneymaker crushes it. And when he went into, you know, triple digits, or excuse me, not triple digits, but into double digits across numerous PA accounts, and made a ton of money, he thought the only right thing to do was to tell our community about it and share the inputs. So, you know, Austin, I want to thank you again. That really speaks volumes to your character. And not only do I appreciate it, but the members of our community appreciate it, and will benefit from it. So he was using the same moneymaker drone, the same moneymaker bot. He's tweaked the parameters a little bit, and he found something that works. And that's the power in numbers. If all of us tweak the parameters a little, we would find different things that work. We have a 150 range RJ bot, a NASDAQ bot. And that's really our go-to bots. Those are our money makers. Our 1-2 punch is the ES and the NQ. My goodness, I had one on the NQ, this RJ, that just couldn't find a losing trade. The retirement plan kind of overshadowed it this past week. But this bot is, look, it's up over almost $20,000 since November. Doing extremely well. And it goes on with the ES30 ranges. So these bots can be traded on a prop account, a live account. We have our prop trading templates that are designed specifically for prop trading. I alluded to it when I discussed Marcy. Marcy, it's important to know, used our one-day pass templates to get 15 PA accounts in her first 45 days with us. Okay, 15 PA accounts within 45 days. So she had a tremendous amount of capital that she had the opportunity to leverage, and she maintained those accounts for several months, and did extremely well with them. Well, Tom is our newest member. He's 1 for 1 or 1 for 2. I think he lost one now, he told me. But he's racked up on, he got himself 10 more. And he's going to, you know, statistically, it's 1 out of 3, I love to say. What I mean is, when I say 1 out of 3 statistically, is the one-day pass template. We have a template designed to get you a PA account very quickly, okay? When you see the prop firms go with an 80% or a 90% sale, our only vehicle to a payout is through a PA account. To muss and fuss with an eval when they're only 20 bucks sometimes doesn't make sense. It could be a waste of time. Now, you can take the devil's advocate and come up for good reasons to do it. But if we want to get to the payout the quickest way possible, we can go with these one-day pass templates and get us those vehicles quickly. The numbers on these one-day pass templates, I'd like to tell you, because I answer the phones here, that it's 1 out of 3. I like to I like to under promise and over deliver. I found my phone calls go much better that way. When you call me and you say, hey, I passed my eval on my first one or my second one, well, you did better than I even said. And it's the start of a good relationship. If I overpromise and I'm the one answering the phones, we get off to a bad start. I've learned the hard way. So when I tell you 1 out of 3, it's actually a little better. My slide says 66%, but I'm going to stick with 1 out of 3. What I mean by that is if you buy 10 evals and you traded them one at a time and you did 10 of those ES or NQ 1-day passes, you're going to walk away statistically with 3 PA accounts. It is not guaranteed. Nothing in trading, nothing that I'm discussing today is guaranteed. If anybody tells you that anything to do with trading is guaranteed, they're just not being honest with you. Okay, and you could lose them all. Okay, you could win them all. It's just trading. But statistically, if you do a 60-day, a 90-day, a 12-month look back, statistically, you're good. It's safe to say you're going to make 1 out of 3. All right. Once you get the funded accounts, we do have some templates that are designed, and I just shared one in our members area of our Discord. We do have templates that are designed to trade PA accounts that have very little risk associated with them. Last year, I was able to make over $40,000 across 3 PA accounts, trading them mostly live during our YouTube live stream. The first half of the year, my equity curve was extremely curved. It just shot straight up. From January 15th through April, I was on a roll with our power play. And then mid-year, it kind of changed, and it wasn't as good, but I practiced very stringent capital preservation rules and was able to maintain the account. Over the course of the year, across 3 accounts, I was able to garner a profit of over $40,000. Okay, some of those trades were taken on the micros, some of them were taken on the minis, some were taken mostly on the NQ, and some were taken on the ES. Okay, and I do have a complete trade history of every one of those trades. One of our most common questions is payouts, and I love the question because it's the most important. It's the most important question, right? Imagine getting all the way to the finish line and then them telling you, oh, I'm sorry, you broke the rule, you can't get your money. That's not the case here. Okay, we've done extensive research. We have hundreds of experience in this with members getting payouts, including ourselves, members of our team. And you can get payouts using these bots, and it's right on their website. You cannot set it and forget it. They want you right there in front of it. They want you to have the ability to adjust the parameters of your strategies, which you do. And that's why I opened up this strategy parameters. Last but certainly not least, they want you to be able to manage the trade. Once these trades are executed, you can manage it by moving the stop and profit target as you see fit. So this absolutely will give you a passageway to getting a payout. Let me just read that comment. I got a comment. Well, Ron, that's not true. Ron disagrees, but it's on their website. I'm just going by their website and the history that we have with getting payouts. And I'll show you where it is, actually, just so everybody can see it. Bear with me for just a moment. I'm just bringing up Apex's website. I just want you to feel comfortable, and you have it as a reference. Okay, here it is. Now this is right off the Apex website. It says any type of hands-off, set and forget, or set and walk away trading, including systems that run continuously 24 hours, is strictly prohibited. Using these types of automation will result in the immediate closure. However, semi-automated software, which is what this is considered, okay, semi-automated software can be used. It must be actively monitored by the trader at all times. This means the trader must be present and actively managing the trades. You can make adjustments based on market conditions, news events, and other factors, which is exactly how we trade this system on YouTube Live. Okay, we do this. Their definition to the T is what we do on YouTube Live. Okay, right down to pausing it during the major news events. So these bots, Ron, you can absolutely use because they are considered semi-automated. You got to be there in front of them. Let's go over the special offer. If you decide to come aboard this weekend, and I am going to go back and look at the questions, but I want to keep moving because I've already gone over. My special offer is going to include unlimited VIP support throughout the lifetime of your membership. Okay, remember my story about Marcia. She had purchased a product from that vendor that sold her the bots on Forex, and they sent it to her and they wished her a good luck. That is the opposite of what we do here at Right Line Trading. We're just like Lee. We do the bend over backwards guarantee. Throughout the lifetime of your membership, we're going to bend over backwards, and I'm not kidding you. We're going to make sure you understand how these bots work, how to pick the best ones, how to navigate your way around NinjaTrader's platform even. If you have any technical issues, we're going to help you with them. And especially when you first get started, because the learning curve during the first week is obviously it's going to be, the hardest. That's when all the nuances hit you at once. And we're going to be there to kind of hold your hand if you're new to NinjaTrader. So unlike the experience with Marcy, we're going to provide you ongoing support throughout the lifetime of your membership. The AI, the ChatGPT trading analyst, and let me tell you, we've got some new stuff coming that we're going to be introducing that's incredible with the ChatGPT. We're really, the new owner, Mark Miller, well, it's not new anymore, but he's very much into the ChatGPT and AI. We've got some powerful APIs coming. You're going to be able to trade with us live on YouTube. We do it every morning, God willing, every morning at 9:15. We're on the right edge of the chart, and we're doing a demonstration and trading prop accounts to show you exactly which bots we're trading and how to give yourself the best opportunity to hitting your profit goal each day. We're not going to win every day. We're going to take losing trades, but we're going to show you how to use this software that will provide you with an edge when you're trading those prop accounts or live accounts. We're including all of the best bots. We're including all of the prop trading templates. So here's our special offer. The system comes in 3 sizes, the monthly, the annual, and the one-time payment. Our monthly membership, whether you purchase the monthly or the one-time payment, you're going to get everything. Okay, I don't want you to think, well, I have to spend, buy the most expensive thing to get everything. That's not the case. If you get the monthly, you're going to get the full portfolio and all of the bonuses that I've mentioned throughout my presentation. Value-wise, you get a better deal going with the annual. The monthly is $5.99. The annual is $24.99. Let me just check in the chat box. I'm going to put my link in the chat box. And that will take you right to the page, to the checkout page. Now we made it, excuse me, we made it really simple. Um, we just took out the coupon codes for the monthly and the annual. So you don't need a coupon code for the monthly or the annual. The only one that you'll need a coupon code for is we're discounting the one-time payment by $500. So you'll need code SAVE 500 at checkout if you're going to do the lifetime purchase, which obviously is the best value. I'm just somebody that hates recurring subscriptions, right? I'm somebody that hates recurring subscriptions. If you're the same, that one-time payment at checkout, PayPal credit or PayPal pay later is an option to check out with. What's so nice about PayPal credit is if you qualify, you can pay over as much as long as 6 months interest free with no interest. So at checkout, if you'd like to use that feature, it is available. So that's the cost of it. Listen, you know, I also wanted to mention, because it is a lot of money and I respect your money and I know that things are very expensive these days. But if you look at the value of the potential that this system has, we had a session just this past week. I think it was Monday, that using a trade copier, Mark Miller, in one trading session across 10 prop accounts, was able to make $70,000 in one day. In one day. And we have members that are doing very similar results. Wrong screen is showing. I'm sorry. The monthly is $5.99. Let me make sure the right screen's showing. Yeah, it should be. You see it now, Floyd? The monthly, Leonard, is $5.99. So I mentioned, Leonard, if you'll put your name and your number, only I could see it. I'll be happy to give you a call. Same holds true with you, Ron. If you want to talk about it further, we could certainly do that. I can give you a call. Just leave your name and your number. Thank you, Floyd. I appreciate that. So we've got some members that are doing extremely well, which is really exciting. For me, it's more exciting than me making money, to be honest with you. To see some of these Trustpilot reviews come in recently of traders that are making money and getting payouts using our system, to me is the most satisfying thing. Austin, made my day yesterday. He has tens of thousands of dollars across several PA accounts that he could pull out at any time using this AI auto trader. Even went as far as to share the bot that he did it with and the tweaks that he made to the parameters with our community. Pat F was talking about the options system, but if you go to Trustpilot, you could read them. Alan is works with one of the airlines, he said, and he does a set it and forget it on one of our bots that's doubled his trading account over the last couple of years. Complete set it and forget it on a live account. So we get some really nice reviews, and there's some really happy members that are getting very good results. When I see Simon, I always think of the UK because that's where he resides. But if you wanted to, if you live overseas or internationally, it's a very common question. Can I trade these from overseas? The answer is yes. We've hard-coded some important lines of code that allow you to trade anywhere and trade them at the same hours that we're trading here on the East Coast of the US. Limit Up, Steve C, Ron N, Vietnam veteran, made 10 grand on our gold bot. Suzanne is one of our leaders in our community. She's been with us since we've started this system, extremely knowledgeable. She spelled out her entire strategy this week in Discord of how she's making money and getting payouts by using the best bots. And she's very very generous with her time in answering questions and sharing what's working for her. This is our YouTube live stream. Now, if I don't get to your question, please put your name and your number in the chat box, and I'll be happy to give you a call once this presentation is over. What is the cost to get started? Leonard, I just showed you the prices. I've also I've also placed, you have to excuse me. I had some oral surgery about a week and a half ago, and I'm still talking like Bugs Bunny a little bit. I put the special offer link in the chat box. Leonard, what we do is we live stream every day. We're very transparent. We're very transparent. And you'll find that there's vendors now that'll do that. They'll show you their bots on a live market. Listen, who wants to buy something now and spend thousands of dollars and never have the chance to see it? I mean, you'd have to do your due diligence, right? So we invite you into our live streams. Come check it out. If we have a bad day trading, we wear it like a pimple on the edge of our nose, literally, because we have a camera that you can see our faces. So I want to thank everybody for their time, and it is Friday, and I hope everybody has a blessed weekend. I just want to end by saying, prior to using these automated bots, I blew out. You may think because I work for the company and I'm knowledgeable on our products and services, it doesn't mean that I'm automatically going to be a good trader. Okay, let the truth be known. I'm a very emotional trader because I squeeze my stops. I won't let the trade mature. It's just a knee-jerk reaction. I can't kick it. You see, the market, and I won't go into a long dissertation, but the market has a natural ebb and flow. It doesn't go straight in one direction. It'll make a nice move up and retrace, and another leg up and retrace, and it has a beautiful ebb and flow. It's very symmetrical. So by squeezing my stop, I don't allow it to do that natural ebb and flow, and I sabotage my own results. So I said all of that to tell you, if you've been sabotaging your own results, I come today with a solution, with a message of hope. This is an automated system that will provide you with an edge and get you back into the game where you could start enjoying your trading and achieving the results that made you get started to begin with trading. So it really provides you with that potential and a path to profitability. So I hope you take me up on my offer because I want to see you do well. Have a blessed weekend, and I hope to see you on the right edge of the chart on Monday on the YouTube live stream. If you had any questions that I didn't get to, if you put your name and number in the chat box, I'll be happy to give you a call. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Have a great weekend. So long.